Gum Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Sam Saraswati Namaha. Samasta Janakalyane Niratam Karunamayam. Namami Chinmayam Devam Satgurum Brahma Vidvaram. Sahanavavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahavidyam Karavavahe Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahe. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari. So we were discussing about the different topics of Vedanta. So we saw that there are a few important topics in Vedanta. The first and foremost topic, the real topic of Vedanta is Atma. The Atma word, we saw that there are different meanings. So in Vedanta, the Atma is referred in two levels. One as Parama Atma. Paramatma, also referred as, Paramatma is also referred as Brahma. As I said, it is Brahma. If you write Brahma, then it becomes created. Brahma, Namsvelinga, neuter, Brahma, Brahmani, Brahmani, Brahma. Okay? So, Paramatma, Brahma, same. Now there is second, so one, Paramatma or Brahma. Two is Jivatma. We use the word Atma Shabda also for Jiva. Jivatma, Paramatma. So what is the real subject of Vedanta? Jivatma, Paramatma, Aikyam. The oneness of Jiva and Paramatma is the subject of Vedanta. Many other subjects are discussed in order to prove Jivatma, Paramatma, Aikyam. So if somebody asks you, what is the subject of Vedanta? Oh, you went and attended 10 days of, of such a camp. And then somebody asks us, what is the essence of this entire Vedanta? The essence of entire Vedanta is Jivatma, Paramatma, Aikyam. Jivo, Brahmaiva, Navara. That's the essence. So, Jivatma, Paramatma and Jivatma, Atma. Next comes Maya. Now in this Maya also there are two variations, Vidya and Avidya. The Maya Shakti, there are two powers in Maya or two varieties of Maya. One is known as Vidya Maya, another is Avidya Maya. What is this Maya? We will study it in detail. Maya is Trigunatmika. What is Maya? Trigunatmika, where there are three gunas. What are the three gunas? Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. Now, when the Sattva is predominant, when in Maya Sattva is predominant, then we call it Vidya. Sattviki Maya. And what is Avidya? Where Rajas and Tamas is predominant, then that is Avidya. So, Avidya is that which binds us. Vidya is that which releases us. Avidya is the cause of bandhana and Vidya is the cause of moksha. When we are under the spell of Avidya, we feel that we are Jivatma. when we are under the spell of vidya, that vidya is that which actually takes us to the right understanding, recognition that I am not a jiva. I am Sachidananda Brahma Asmi. I am not a jiva who, subject to death and birth and death. I am that Sachidananda Paramatma. So, that is known as Vidya Shakti, Avidya Shakti. Vidya Maya, Avidya Maya. Now comes, Paramatma, Jiva, Maya. Now comes the topic, Jagat. Jagat. Jagat is also of two types. One is Sthula Jagat and one is Sukshma Jagat. The Jagat is also two types. One is Sthulam. Sthulam, gross. That which can be seen, that which can be experienced through Indriyas. So whatever we are seeing, whatever we are perceiving, that is known as Sthula Jagat, the gross universe. And also there is a Sukshma Jagat, where inside we can just close our eyes and then see everything. When we are in the sleep, when we are in this Swapna, we are all experiencing a different kind of Jagat, which is Sukshma. So there's a Sthula Jagat also there. There's a Sukshma Jagat is also there. Then comes the next topic. Topic is what is the goal of life? Lakshya. What is the purpose of life? Because Vedanta is also a darshana, and a darshana should discuss about the lakshya. So what is the lakshya of human life according to Vedanta? Jiva Brahma Aikya is the lakshya. Not going to Surga, not going to this or that. Recognition of our own true self as Atma. I am Sachidananda Parabrahma Asmi. I am not a jiva who is born and dead and all that. I am that Sachidananda Paramatma. That is that anubhuti, not an information, but that anubhava, direct experience of oneness of Jiva and Brahma is the lakshya, is the goal, is the purpose. Next is marga, the path. How can we gain this path, this lakshya, this goal of life? Jiva Brahmaikya Anubhuti. How can we have that direct experience? Not that somebody said, somebody experienced. No, how can I experience this? That is known as marga, the path. Generally in our spiritual science, it's known as sadhana. What is the sadhana? What is the path? What is the marga? What is the way we can experience this Jiva Brahma Aikya? What is the path? What is the way? According to Vedanta, the main path, there are two types of path, Bahiranga Sadhana and Antaranga Sadhana. Sadhana, the path, the marga, is Bahiranga and Antaranga. What is Bahiranga Sadhana? External means, external practices like puja, japa, tirthadana, then fasting, anything what we are doing with our indriyas, they are all known as Bahiranga Sadhana. They are all sadhana. Some people have this kind of notion that there is nothing to do with all that. No. But Vedanta is not focusing on that, because you have already, we discussed that in Veda, it's already, things are discussed. Karma Kanda is over, Upasana Kanda is over. Then only we come to Jnana Kanda. So they don't have to discuss on Karma Kanda and Jnana, Upasana Kanda. It's already discussed. All of them are accepted for Chitta Shuddhi and Chitta Ekagrata. Without Chitta Shuddhi, purity of heart and concentration, no sadhana is possible. For that, you have to do japa, puja, dhyana, whatever you have to do, vrata, tirthadana, guru upasadanam, everything. Approaching a guru, taking his blessings, serving him, all of them are considered as bahiranga sadhana. And there is an antaranga sadhana, that is shravana, manana and nididhyasana. Shravana, we have to listen to Shastra. No, we have to listen to Shastra in a systematic way. Not some, we go and just listen to this and that and, some YouTube talks and etc. It's all good for gathering information. But Shravana is not just gathering information. Gita will say, we have to approach a teacher. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprasnena sevaya upadeshyanti te jnanam jnanina tattvadarsinaha. We go to a Acharya, we live with that Acharya, we do the service to that Acharya, our ego, our ahankara is brought down. And then we are able to surrender our ego at the lotus feet of our Acharya, our Guru. And then Guru start to instruct us, not only by words, by his compassion, by his own actions, by his teaching. Then slowly, that entire process is known as Shravanam. Not only just listening to, some text or just reading. Shravana includes the entire process of Guru Upasadanam. Guru Upasadanam means we should approach a teacher who can actually help us to come out of this, this strong vasanas. So that is known as Shravana. And then listen to the Acharya properly with Shraddha. Shravana and Mananam. Then we have to contemplate on the teachings of the Acharya. Not that we sit in the class, ho gaya, uske baad close the book and then open in the next class. No. We have to contemplate on those, those teachings in and through. To contemplate on that is known as Mananam. When we contemplate, we get convinced. Only by Shravana, conviction will not come. When we do the Shravana and when we do the Mananam, then slowly, we are convinced about some points. And when our mind is deeply indulgent, absorbed in those ideas which we are convinced, and the mind is continuously meditating upon those ideas. Ajyadharaya srotasa samam sarala chintanam viralatah param. How, if you pour ghee, how the ghee will, will flow without any break. Like that, our mind also continuously meditating upon those ideas which are convinced. That is known as nididhyasana. So many thoughts are gone. Only one thought is there. But there, parishrama is there. I am doing it. When that nididhyasana becomes, intensified, slowly, an action, nididhyasana is a parishrama, a effort. That effortful meditation will change into effortless meditation, which is known as samadhi in Vedanta. Okay? In Vedanta, samadhi is a kind of nididhyasanam which is effortless. From different, we studied Upanishads and Gita and Brahma Sutra and different types of, Prakarana Granthas, etc., Shravana. We meditated upon it, and then we understood there are different topics. And then we come to the conclusion that the most important topic I should meditate is Aham Brahma Asmi. I am the Supreme Consciousness. When my mind gives up all other thoughts and my mind is totally focused on this one thought, known as Aham Brahmasmi, that is known as Brahma Akara Vritti. That's also a thought. But in Brahmakara Vritti, there's only one thought. What is that? Aham Brahma Asmi. I am the Supreme Consciousness. No other thoughts comes. When our mind is fully focused on that Aham Brahmasmi thought, in the beginning, we have to, sometimes mind goes here, there, again we bring it back, and then we indulge our mind into one thought of Aham Brahmasmi. After some time, we enter into a effortless meditation of Aham Brahmasmi. It naturally comes to us. When our mind is effortlessly meditating upon the true nature of self, that is known as savikalpa samadhi. So samadhi is of two types. One is savikalpa. What do you mean by savikalpa? There's a thought. Only one thought. What is a thought? Aham Brahma Asmi. I am the Supreme Consciousness. One thought. No other thoughts. We don't even feel that we are a jiva. We only think that Aham Brahmasmi, I am that Supreme Consciousness. But there is a thought. As we do that, if we are engaged in that Savikalpa Samadhi for some time, that Savikalpa Samadhi change into Nirvikalpa Samadhi. What is Nirvikalpa Samadhi? In Nirvikalpa Samadhi, in Savikalpa Samadhi, Aham Brahma Asmi is there. I am Brahman. In Nirvikalpa Samadhi, only Brahman is there. Even Aham Brahma Asmi, I am Brahman, nothing is there, only Brahman. Now, we abide in our true nature. There's no more thought also. A thoughtless state where we remain as our own true self. That is the Nirvikalpa Samadhi of Vedanta. Okay? Yoga Shastra also talks about this, but their standpoints are different, understandings are different. But in Vedanta Shastra, abidance in this true nature as Aham Brahmasmi is the goal of life. So that is the sadhana, that is the sadhya, that is the mark. Now we have already studied about so many topics. Now we are going to take up an interesting topic known as Jagat. Vedanta is a part of darshanam. So a darshana, they have to cover up different topics. Although Vedanta is not very interested to discuss about the Jagat and all that, but as a system of philosophy, the Vedanta has to explain certain things. Why? Because we are experiencing the world. As we experience the world, we should tell what is this world, what this world is. Now comes Jagat Chintana. So we have did Atma Chintanam, Jiva Chintanam and all that. Now is the Chintana of Jagat. What is the meaning of the word Jagat? Oh, yeah, universe. Yeah, that is in English. Yeah, manifest. Manifestation. So the word meaning of Jagat is Jagati Gacchati iti Jagat. In Sanskrit, the word Jagati means that which moves. Jagati Gacchati iti Jagat. Jagat means in Vedanta, the meaning, the word meaning of Jagat is that which is in continuous motion. That which changes in each and every moment. But we don't feel that. That is because of a concept known as Pravaha Nityatva. Like, as I discussed in the morning also, when we see the Gangaji, okay, so the Ganga which we are touching this moment is not the Ganga we are touching the next moment. But because there is a flow, we feel that Gangaji is same. That concept is known as Pravaha Nityatva. We see that it is the same because there is a continuous movement. Looks like stillness. Like that. So Jagati, so this entire universe is moving. Nowadays, as the physics is growing, Vedanta becomes more easy to explain. Because slowly they are also coming to this kind of conclusions and understanding. So this entire universe is, so 100 years back, 200 years back, if you tell the student that this world is moving, he will look at you, where is moving? Because we thought that the earth is flat and then earth is just, snagged. No, we know that it is continuously rotating in such a speed. Not only the earth, the entire, Saurayudha, the solar system is changing. And the entire solar system and sun is rotating some other thing is. So it's changing. Nowadays it's very easy to understand. What is Jagat? Jagati Gacchati, that which is in constant motion. Now, when we think about Jagat, the first question comes to our mind is about creation of Jagat. Ye kaisa bana? How the Jagat came into exist. So, about the Srishti. The second concept, second thing about Jagat is, what are the components of Jagat? ये जगत कैसा बना है, किससे बना है? What are the components of Jagat? Where is it going? What is the nature of Jagat? So what is Jagat? What are the how it came to exist? What are the components and what is the nature? These are the together known as Jagat Chintana. Meditation upon, contemplation upon the Jagat. So, if you read Upanishads, etc., we see that there are different vada of creation. There are different standpoints about creation. A student goes to his guru and asks him, "Oh Guru, how does this world came into exist?" The gurus of Vedanta are very peculiar gurus. They ask you only, "Okay, what is your opinion, sir?" My opinion about the creation, there was no world and world came into exist. Okay, very good. जो आप कहा वही ठीक है. Means there was no world and the world came to exist. That is the first argument, first theory of creation in Vedanta. First theory of creation is known as Arambhavada. The first, first argument or first thought, first hypothesis is known as Arambhavada. So you will see this Arambhavada in the Upanishad itself. Sadeva somedam agrasid nanyat kinjanamishad sa ikshata bahusyam prajayeti tatsrishtva tadeva anupravishad. We see that Sadeva Somya Satyalone was there, and then the Paramatma wished, let me become many, and the world came to exist. So, Arambha. There was no world, and the world manifested. It's known as the Arambhavada. At one point of time, the world manifested. Who said this? Shishya said. And Guru said, Tathastu. Jisi aapki ichha. Okay? As you wish, as you say. Okay? But then Guru says, please think over. Okay? One such a Shishya went to his father and his teacher. Praguruvai varunihi varunam pitaram upasasara adhihi bhagavo brahmeti. So Shishya went to Guru and said, please teach me about Brahman. Said, see, Bachu, I can't teach you this. I can give you an indication. What is that? Yado va imani bhutani jayande ye najata nijivandi yat prayandya bisam visandeti tat vijitnyasasva tat brahma. You think, you find your own answers. I am not here to give answers for your questions. I will help you so that you can find your own answers. That is the approach of Upanishadic Rishis. So, he went and said, Arambha, everything started. Now, father said, okay, whatever you said is correct, but please sit down and think about your own argument, okay? He said, why father is telling like this? Why Guru is telling like that? I should contemplate again. So, he went and then contemplated. Then he found a problem. What is the problem? See, in this universe, you don't see that anything comes out of nothing. From nothing, anything cannot be created. There should be some cause for effect. Without a causal, cause and effect relationship, nothing exists, nothing comes from, nothing is created in this universe. So if you say that Arambhavada means nothing was there, from nothing, nothing alone can come. So how can you that also are not talking about this entire universe. How can this entire universe come out of nothing? Thought and thought and thought, he could not get any answer. So he went back to the Guru. Sir, there's a problem. Acha? Problem? What problem? No, in my own theory, there is a problem. Oh, okay. Your theory, so no problem. What is the problem? See, if the world is started at a point of time and there is no other cause, it just came to exist. Kahan se aa gaya? How effect can come without cause? Oh, that's what you're thinking? Yes, very good. So what is your opinion? So I think that there was a cause and then the effect came to exist. Yeah, you say that Brahman is the cause and effect came. No, because Brahman is Sachidananda Rupa and cause, that's the cause. There should be a relationship between the cause and effect, because from a sweet thing, you cannot create a sour thing. See, there is a relation. What is the relationship with the cause and effect? The aspects of cause alone can be there in the effect. If you create an ornament out of gold, it will not look like silver. The cause, the characteristics of the cause should be there in the effect. So if I say that from Sachidananda Brahman the world came to exist, there's a problem. Why? Sachidananda Brahman is Nirguna Nirakara. That is eternal. How can from that Saguna Sakara this can come? So there is a problem of cause and effect. Cause and effect are not only related, not only that, they are opposite in nature. So there's a problem. Okay. So now what do you think? What do you think that if Arambhavada is not correct, what is your opinion that how the world came to exist? You tell. Guru said, I'm not going to tell anything to you. You only find out. You think and then you find. So he went back and then thought. One day he went to, thinking. Then he went to the dining hall and then they gave him something. He drank it. Asked, what is this? Said, this is curd. Acha, what is this curd? Curd is what? You do not know what curd is? No, I'm asking you. Kahan se aage? How this curd was prepared? He said, this is from milk. Oh, he got a chance. He got an answer and he said, he coiled a second hypothesis known as Parinamavada. What is Parinamavada? The milk changed into curd. Like that, there was, this Ishvara, whatever you call it, the cause changed into the effect. So the cause is changed to effect. So you see, if you drink the milk, the nature of milk is more of sweetness. But the curd is not that sweet, it's different. So the curd, just like the milk turned into curd, this cause turned into Jagat. So happy. I found the answer for creation. I went to the teacher and said, this is what I think. Wow, wonderful. The gurus never, if you see Gita, whatever foolishness Arjuna says, Bhagavan says, oh, wonderful. Whatever you say is correct only. So, Guru said, very good, Parinamavada, very nice, okay? The curd is changing into, now what is that? The milk is curding into curd, curd is changed into butter, butter is changed into ghee. Wow, what a wonderful you are, this time Nobel Prize is for you. So he was very happy. But then Guru said, very good, okay, but sit down and think over. He said, my God, now what is there to think? But then Guru, they are good shishyas, okay? When Guru say think over, they used to think. So they sat down and started to think. Then he understood the problem. If Brahman is turned into Prapancha, like milk is turned into curd, there's no more Brahman. If the creation is like the milk is turning into curd, yes, understood. But then there is no more milk. Like that, if you say that the cause has turned into the effect, then there is no cause. Gone. Brahman is gone. There is no Brahman no more. Know what to do? He thinking. And one day he was thinking and walking. And it was evening time. And then he saw that a big snake is lying there. He got frightened. He ran away and then brought some torch and then saw that, it is not a snake, it was just a rope. And he got this answer. That is the third Vada, known as Vivartavada. This is the Advaita Vedanta standpoint. What is Vivarta? Actually, nothing is changing into anything. Brahman is not changing into as the world or anything. Brahma, Paramatma appears Brahma appears as Jagat. How the rope appeared as the snake, so when we are driving, etc., we see, if it is daytime, and if it is summer, we can see that in the road, some far away, so much of water is gathered. And if you go to the into the Registan, desert also, you can see some water is there. We see, but then we go there, nothing is there. So there is something, but it looks like something else. Like that, this vivarta means what? Something is there, but that something is appearing as something else. Rope is there, rope is appearing as snake. Sand is there, sand is appearing as the water. Like that, this entire universe is an appearance on Brahman. So that is known as the Vivartavada. Now he went back to this time he did not run or anything. Aram se gaye, because everything is Vivarta only. So he slowly went to his Acharya and said, "Sir, this is what I feel." He said, "Now, I really appreciate you." Okay? So before you are not appreciating, really? No. See, everything is an achievement, okay? Everything is an achievement, but this achievement is something which is very appreciated. But Guru said, so what is the final conclusion? No. What is the another final conclusion? Abhi tak yahan tak aage, Vivartavad tak aage, to aur final conclusion kya hai? What is the final conclusion? This time he did not take that much time. He came to the final conclusion as Ajatavada. Ajatavada means actually nothing is happening. Ajataha. Nothing has happened, appears to be happening. So, this is the highest vada of Vedanta. Najayate mriyate vakadachit nayam katas kudaschid na babhuva kaschid ajo nitya shashvatoyam puranaha hanyate hanyamani sirire najayate mriyate vakadachit. Only appearances are there. The rope never became a snake. The sand never became water. Only it appears. These are the vadas of, these are the Srishti vadas of Vedanta, of Indian philosophy. The last two, Vivarta and Ajata, are the standpoints of Advaita Vedanta. Now comes a problem. You have so many problems. Yes. See, if you say that something is looked as something else, when you looked at that rope, that rope was, we saw that rope as snake. We saw the sand as water. There is a cause for that. What was the cause for that seeing snake as a rope as snake? Because there was no manda prakash. There was not enough light. Because of that, the light is not correct. Because of that, some kind of a brahma comes to our mind. That's the cause. Now, what is the cause of Madhumarichika? The opposite. Too much of light is the cause. So there is an external factor. Like that, what is the external factor of Vivarta? That's what we call as Maya. Maya. What is Maya? Maya is the power of Brahman, the Shakti. Brahmasraya Shakti. There is a Shakti, there is a power which is there in the Brahman itself, because of which the entire universe appears to exist. When this Maya power manifests in Brahman, so there is only one truth. We call that truth as Brahman, okay? When that, I said that there is two powers, no? Where there, that Vidya Maya manifests in Brahman, that Brahman is known as Ishvara. Who is Ishvara in Vedanta? Brahman only. See, there, in Advaitam Satyam. In Vedanta, there is only one truth. Ekam eva advitiyam Brahma. That's the truth. But then who is your Ishvara? Ishvara is Brahman alone. But then what is the difference? In Brahman is Nirguna Nirakara. There are no gunas, there is no akara, there is no shakti, there is no business. Just pure consciousness. That pure consciousness without any vikara, without any change is known as Brahma, Paramatma. When in that Paramatma, when the Srishti, Sthiti, Laya, this power, Icha Shakti, Jnana Shakti, Kriya Shakti, the power to create, to imagine, to, all that, the knowledge, all that when it manifests, the same Paramatma is known as Ishvara. Paramatma alone, Brahma plus Vidya Maya is known as Ishvara. Now, the same consciousness is somehow associated with Avidya Maya. Then that Brahman is known as Jiva. So, who are all of us? We are all Brahman. We are Brahman and Brahman alone. But what is the problem? The problem is we are associated with a power. What is that power? Known as avidya. What do you mean by avidya? Vismaranam. Avidya is not ignorance. Ignorance of self. Main kaun hu, ye jnaan nahi hai. Now, how can you call me avidya? I know so many things. Yes. We know so many things about so many things other than ourselves. Physics, chemistry, biology, economics, this, that, everything we know. But main kaun hu? Pata nahi. That is known as avidya. But in Ishvara, that avidya is not there. Ishvara always know who he is. Ishvara, there is no Brahma. Only he has the power of creation. Vidya. Vidya is that which is not veiling. Avidya is that which veiling. So, in Ishvara, the Shakti is there, Maya Shakti is there, but it is pure. It is of the nature of Vidya. It's the nature of Sattva-guna only. And in Jiva, it's like, suppose, this is there. If I put it inside my hand, you cannot see this. Why? Because that which covers is so thick. At the same time, if you put a glass over this or a plastic cover on this, we can see this. Even though it is inside something, we can see because that is transparent. What is transparent? That cover is transparent. In Ishvara, the cover is transparent. So the Ishvara will never have Swarupa Vismriti. That's a nature. And we lose who we are. That is known as Jivatva. I know that I am putting too many ideas into your head now, but there's no time. No, that's why I just wanted to, when you go from here, when you say that I attended a Vedanta, course, at least some basic understandings and clarity should be there. That's why I'm sorry that, I'm bombarding so many ideas into you. But please take some time and just try to, grasp, because this is the essence. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Hari Om.